So I appreciate your time and attention this afternoon. We are a little bit different than the other schools that are presented today for just a couple of reasons. First of all, we don't have a current magnet program in place. So where other folks are revisioning and building on existing foundations, we're really creating from scratch with the work that we do, and are hoping that we can create a foundation with an academy that is in the progress for next year for us, that'll serve as initially a small cohort and program, but will eventually be embedded into the entire magnet. And so it's just a little bit different with that, but I'll give you a little more information about that in a second. So in thinking about why we decided to go magnet, there's really three primary reasons. The first one is our students. So we spent some time as a faculty talking about the students that are currently attending North, and I think it's important to note that the staff was fully committed to serving the students that are currently attending North. And so while we want to offer programs that may draw in other students, we don't want to lose the ones that we currently have. And what we know about those students is that they tend to stay in this community, and that they represent the diversity of Winston-Salem. They serve the community and are served by the community already. Their families are very important to them, and they are real people. They don't fake anything, and are fun because of that. The things that our students need is exposure to career, college, and life opportunities and experiences. They need that so that they can make good choices and be prepared. They need learning activities that are relevant and connected, because we have some folks who are disengaged and need to be pulled back in. They need help building skills that they can then transfer to other areas. They need something to inspire them and to cause them to invest in themselves. And they need help navigating the space between what they dream for themselves and reality. And so we want to do that. The second thing we consider as we are going magnet is our community. And so as we got the joy of exploring what our options might be for a theme, and we know that Wake Forest University Baptist Medical Center and Novant Health are the two largest employers in the city, and they account for over 21,000 jobs. We also have a city that's rich in firms and industry related to medical innovations and research and other areas, innovation areas. And so the community has a need for folks to fill those positions and participate in those areas. We also have educational institutions that have related and specialized programs that are here as well. And finally, our school. So we have priorities around student achievement and engagement that we must address, and we need a new way to frame that work. Pushing buttons and turning pages at the same time. So in terms of mission and vision and what's driving our planning, we want all of our students to graduate with options and not limits. So we want to spend our time helping students figure out the things that they can do rather than dealing with barriers to doing those things. We want students to understand their relationship to the community and to the world, and we want our students to also understand their potential to have an impact on those things. So that's driving the development of our programs. So here's sort of what it's going to look like. We are building our program around 7 health science pathways. They are nursing, emergency medicine, sports medicine, biomedicine, pre-medicine, medical information technology, and health and wellness. And so what we've done is try to develop course sequences for each of these areas. So within that, there will be specialized courses for the areas. And just to give you an example, for our biomedicine pathway, students have the option to take courses in biomedical science, medical interventions, medical innovations, as well as some other courses, but they are specialized around that particular theme or area. Included in all of the sequences are advanced level courses, opportunities for internships, apprenticeships, the opportunity to earn college credits, and special certifications. and we are working on expanding what those certifications may be so that we offer something in every single pathway. All of our content areas will provide theme-integrated content and skill building. So in the same way that Conoke and Wiley are embedding into everything that they do in the classroom this theme and framing the problems that they present, we are going to do the same thing. One of the challenges that we face is, or that we have faced, is how do you integrate theme into some very specific areas? And it was important to our existing staff that teach art and PE and music and so on, that their programs be a part of this and not be squeezed out by this. And the good news is we've got some excellent folks who have thought about that and have come to us with ideas. Integrating music therapy as not a course, but as something that they can talk about and embed into what they're already doing. Medical illustration has been something that's been talked about. We have a significant population of students that are dual language, and so the idea of can I become a translator that, or build skills that would lead to translation that would then serve the community in a medical capacity or otherwise, and we feel like that's serving our students in that way as well, and hits some of these elective areas in a way that is going to involve them as much in this program as the core classes themselves. We plan to offer extension opportunities along with the courses, and those could be anything from workshops, seminars, field trips, integrated projects, special clubs, guest speakers, volunteering opportunities, competitions, job shadowing, career exploration, college visits, business and industry tours, and internships and apprenticeships. And so we've got a huge list of things that we are trying to build throughout the 9 to 12 continuum so that students have a progressively more complex exposure to these things. Our NAF Academy, which is the academy that we are beginning next year, offers all of those things. So we will have a cohort of students that will range from 30 to 60 students that will have theme-integrated English and science courses with each other, but also with other students. They will take exploratory courses, have these extension opportunities early, and they will have the full access in terms of selection of a pathway once we go magnet in 2018 and 19. So essentially, what our community, as we're surveying them and talking to them, said was, well, how come we can't do it, right? And our first freshman class that'll be involved is 2018-19. And so with the support of our CTE department in the district, we were able to become a part of an expansion in the NAF Academy so that we can offer something to our current 9th grade students and our rising 9th grade students so that they can be a part of this, but also help us to develop this program so that it serves them in the best way. I realized as I was watching other ones that you can't see this. It's pretty, lots of colors, but essentially what this is our 7 pathways. And the courses that students will take, the introductory course options that they have, and then the 4-course sequence options that they have, along with supplemental courses and experiences built in. So we are looking at a 4-year development of what a student will go through in terms of courses, in terms of extension experiences, and so on. Students will be required to take 4 courses within their pathway, but they will have the option to take more than that if they choose, as well as cross into other pathways for elective courses if they choose. So here's what we think is going to happen as a result of all of this work and of our successful implementation. We believe that student achievement will go up, that students will come to school more often and engage more. We think that our rates for promotion, particularly promotion from 9th to 10th grade, will increase, and our graduation rate will increase. We believe that we'll have increased participation in more rigorous and advanced courses. We will have more students who are CTE completers because a number of these pathways expand the offerings and opportunities they have for that. We'll have more students earning more certifications. We already have a nursing program that produces students with a CNA at the end of the year and hope to model some other programs after that. and we'll have more students with transferable skills. So we can't see a downside to the work that we're doing. Just like the other schools that have presented, the connection to community is important and critical with this. And so we are already doing some things around volunteering and community service, and we'll expand that. We're developing partnerships for some of the learning experiences that our students will have, and we have hosted and will expand community events that connect what we're doing in our school with the community that surrounds us. We are building relationships with major business partners. We've met and talked with Wake Forest, Novant, Senior Services. We have a number of healthcare facilities that are already working with our students and our school to support us, and we're working with the Chamber of Commerce to spread the word about what we're doing and hopefully expand those partnerships and define them very clearly so that those are sustainable for us. We also hope in the dreaming big portion of this that our campus expands from its current site to include the healthcare facility that is behind it that's closing, and that can become a learning center for our students, but also something that is serving the community, health clinic, senior center. We don't really know what that's going to be, but we are working to try to establish that, and it will be a learning place for our students as well, and a place for them to engage with the public. So for us, one of the most important things to talk about today is how do we prepare teachers for this, because our partnership with district program managers and specialists is really going to be critical for us to not be overwhelmed and to make sure that our work is focused. So this is a lot of fun, but we need to be able to integrate our theme, build students' literacy, support student learning through scaffolding or differentiation, to develop the capacity of our teachers to provide inquiry and project-based learning, and to help build their content knowledge, particularly around health sciences themes and how they may connect to their courses. Just so you know, on top of that, our teachers have the imperatives around lesson planning, collaboration, data analysis, parent communication, tutoring for impact, accountability, incorporating SIOP, and tackling challenges around poverty, providing social and emotional resources to students, serving diverse communities, engaging our families, making sure students come to school, working with a facility that needs upgrade, and we're hoping for 2021 is what I've been told. And we also battle a community perception that is absolutely wrong about the things that are going on within our building. So we're working on this magnet. It aligns with the district imperatives, the initiatives that are in place right now, but we need district help making sure that we're putting those things together on the front end of what we're doing so that it doesn't feel like this many things. It feels like this many really good things moving forward quickly. And so I wanted to make sure everyone knows that we are under pressure to raise achievement and to increase our graduation rate, particularly for our Hispanic students, to address gaps that are there in math and literacy. And so we need everything we do to make sense and to fit with those objectives. So we think the magnet can work for this, and want you to know about it so that you can help us as we develop the program itself, but also as we're trying to prepare teachers to really be effective with it, because it's already been said that if you don't provide quality instruction and you aren't responsive to student needs, it doesn't really matter how pretty it is, people won't stay. So we want to make sure that we're offering all of that. So that's really my part. I do want to say that we're committed to becoming a magnet school regardless of the outcome of this grant. We have the NAF Academy that's starting next year. We are not talking about what happens if we don't get it, because we're talking about what we're going to do, and if the money is there, that's awesome. So we're moving forward regardless, and we have already done some work. It's initial work, but it's still some work on theme integration, partnering with our community to do some special projects. We've initiated some professional development for our teachers. We are marketing and recruiting for our next year's NAF Academy. And we're working on course and curriculum development, particularly for our exploratory courses, and how do we begin to introduce students to these skills so that we can develop them over time. And we're doing lots and lots of community outreach. And so with all of that, we're also practicing patience, because we know there's a lot of folks that have to know a lot of things to make it work. So thank you.